Chosen one, listen to me closely, because what I'm about to share with you is far from coincidence. You did not stumble upon this moment by accident. There is a divine orchestration behind every second leading you here right now to receive a message that will ignite every corner of your soul. This is the turning point you have been praying for, the moment of colossal change where all the old chains start to break and the doors holding you back begin to swing wide open. You have been through seasons of doubt, wondering if your prayers were heard, if your cries in the dark would ever be answered. But I promise you, every whispered plea, every tear shed alone, every dream that flickered in the depths of your spirit is known and seen. The breakthrough you have longed for stands before you, ready for you to claim it. Breathe in this truth. You are no ordinary individual wandering through life waiting for scraps of hope. You are chosen. You are here to embody a divine assignment so great that even the shadows around you tremble in awe. The very day you were born, your destiny was set apart, shining like a hidden gem, waiting to be revealed at exactly the right time. And guess what? That time is now. Yes, right now. Not tomorrow, not some distant day in the vague future, but this very instant, when your heart flutters with the recognition that these words are not random, they are targeted, they are personal, they are meant for you. You might have felt a heaviness on your shoulders, an invisible weight that kept you up at night, telling you that you are not enough, or that your best efforts will never blossom into fruition. But hear me, that heaviness was never meant to define you. It was there to sharpen your faith, to mold your perseverance, to train you in the arts of spiritual resilience. Too often we mistake pressure as punishment, but for those who are chosen, pressure is a golden invitation to growth. Diamonds form under pressure, champions rise through adversity, and the chosen ones discover their unstoppable power in the very crucible meant to silence them. Chosen one, your life is shifting into a divine new gear, and I want you to realize how massive this shift is. Forces beyond the realm of human sight are rearranging situations, forging connections, uprooting stumbling blocks. Doors you never even knew existed are about to open. Blessings that were delayed are rushing forward like a river breaking a dam. It's happening faster than logic can comprehend. Yet logic has never been the measure of miracles. Faith has. And your faith, though tested and at times shaken, has not failed you. That mustard seed faith carries a power that can rearrange mountains, orchestrate miracles, and flood your life with the abundance you've been crying out for. This is your hour to stand tall, to cast aside the echo of past rejections and heartbreaks, and to dare to hope again. I need you to do something right now as an act of unwavering belief. Pause this video, yes, literally pause it, then hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't, and drop the number 777 in the comments. Why 777? Because it is a symbolic number of divine completion and perfect alignment. By commenting 777, you are proclaiming to heaven, earth, and every force in between that you are ready to receive, that you are activating your faith in the realm of the miraculous, that you are no longer asleep to your divine identity. Go ahead, do it, then come back, because trust me, what is about to be poured over your life is too powerful to miss. Are you feeling it? That slight tingle coursing through your spirit, that sudden heat in your chest as you sense something monumental is unfolding. It's not imagination. The Holy Spirit is moving right now, marking you, reminding you that you belong to a higher plan. The illusions of lack, despair, self-doubt, these are dissolving in the radiance of a promise that cannot fail. When God calls you chosen, no opinion, no failure, no heartbreak can ever reverse that proclamation. You're stepping onto a stage you didn't even know you were rehearsing for. But your entire life up to this point has been a rehearsal, every struggle a script, every tear a lesson, every triumph a glimpse. Now the curtains part, the lights shine bright, and heaven announces, "Chosen one, your breakthrough is here, claim it now." Breathe deeply into the recognition of who you are. You are not merely a human trying to make it in a world overshadowed by chaos. You are an ambassador of light, a vessel carrying unstoppable purpose. When others see barriers, you see stepping stones. When others are paralyzed by fear, you stand firm in divine assurance. Some might accuse you of dreaming too big, but they have not walked in your shoes. They have not felt the flame inside your core that refuses to die out no matter the storms you've faced. They do not perceive the invisible guard of angels flanking you on every side. The giant you fear is smaller than the greatness inside you. The heartbreak that tried to bury you is now fueling a renaissance of your spirit. The financial wilderness that mocked you is about to bloom with supernatural provision, because the source of all resources does not lack. The wellspring of eternal bounty is aligning to meet your every need, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. That is your inheritance. Chosen one, do you understand the magnitude of this inheritance? Because it's not just about worldly wealth or fleeting comforts. It's about stepping into a realm of fullness where ideas, creativity, breakthroughs, relationships, health, and profound favor cascade into your life with unstoppable velocity. So many people live and die without ever touching their real destiny. They settle for mediocre, for comfortable, for good enough. But not you. You feel the stirring in your soul. You sense that there is more to become, more to create, more to experience. The restlessness you sometimes curse is actually your spirit crying out for expansion, refusing to let you remain small. Whenever you see glimpses of greatness in others, your heart leaps because you know your own greatness is waiting to be unleashed. And guess what? The wait is over. Every destiny-shaking breakthrough requires action. You must respond to this truth not as a passive observer, but as an active participant. This is why I asked you to like, subscribe, and comment 777. Not because those actions themselves cause magic, but because they symbolize your willingness to engage, to show up, to set your faith in motion. When your faith moves from silent belief to vocal declaration, when it leaves the realm of your mind and becomes an outward act, you ignite the engines of manifestation. That is how transformation goes from concept to reality. That is how mountains start to move, how old patterns dissolve, and how doors of opportunity explode open before you. Consider how many times you've been on the verge of giving up, yet something inside you refused to quit. That is the heartbeat of a warrior. That is the hallmark of someone chosen. Adversity didn't break you, it awakened you. Where others succumbed to despair, you found renewed determination. Where others saw defeat, you glimpsed an invitation to rise again. And let me tell you something. Every champion in history, every luminary who has ever impacted the course of humanity was once in that same position of near dismission. They had moments of doubt so thick it felt like drowning. But they discovered that the darkest nights birth the most luminous dawns, and so have you. You are not just about to see the light at the end of the tunnel, you are about to become the light that transforms the tunnel entirely. Chosen one, the time for timid hopes is gone. The time for soft dreams is over. This is the hour of bold requests, of fearless prayers, of audacious steps. No more shrinking back to keep others comfortable, no more dimming your radiance to avoid making waves. You have been playing it small for too long, trying to fit into narratives that never belonged to you. Let them be startled by your glow. Let them talk. The ones truly meant for your journey will celebrate your rise. Those who resent it were never part of your destiny. Sometimes you need the friction of critics to polish your shine. Know this, It's not everyone's job to recognize your worth, but it is your job to walk in it. There is a verse that resonates in my heart for you right now. For I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future. These are not empty words. They are a promise, a blueprint, a testament to the unstoppable blessings set aside for you. That plan is unfolding like a divine tapestry, weaving every success, every defeat, every tear, and every laugh into a masterpiece that only heaven could complete. This tapestry was never about short-term gratification or fleeting wins. It's about establishing you in a position of lasting influence, unwavering joy, and unstoppable growth. So do not panic if you face resistance. Resistance is proof of your potential. The more pressure you face, the greater the destiny you carry. I can sense that your spirit is already in motion, that you're feeling something mighty shift around and within you. This is the moment to respond. If you haven't already, drop that 777 in the comments, letting every force know that you are here, you are ready, you are stepping forward. This is more than a simple comment. It's a public stake in the ground, a shout into the spiritual atmosphere that declares, I am awake, I am willing, I am receiving. And if your heart resonates with this message, if you feel that burning yes deep in your soul, share it with someone who might need a reminder that their story is far from over. Because we rise by lifting others, and your journey to breakthrough might be the spark that lights another's path. Chosen one, do not underestimate the power of your voice in this season. There is a reason you have gone through trials that tried to silence you. Darkness fears your declaration, because when you speak from the wellspring of truth that flows inside you, you break chains. Chains of generational curses, chains of limiting beliefs, chains of collective doubt. Your tongue holds creative power. Speak life. Speak abundance. Speak restoration. Speak blessings over your friends and even over your adversaries. Let your words become seeds that shift atmospheres and birth miracles. There is no prison so strong that it can withstand the force of divine decree. Everything around you may be telling you to be realistic, to calm down, to not get your hopes up too high. But guess what? Your hopes aren't high enough if they don't scare you a little. If you only chase what seems feasible in human eyes, you'll miss the superhuman wonders destined for those who dare to believe in the impossible. You, dear chosen one, are about to see the impossible bow at your feet, to see obstacles become stepping stones, to see the biggest no of your life flip into a radiant yes. This isn't hype. This is how faith operates when it's unleashed without apology. Take a moment to remember a time in your life when everything seemed dark, and from nowhere a spark of opportunity or an unforeseen rescue came through. That was not chance. It was a glimpse of how the divine operates, showing up exactly when it seems all is lost. Multiply that glimpse by 1,000, and you get a sense of what's about to unfold in this next chapter of your life. The financial dryness you've endured, prepare for an outpouring of provision you've never witnessed. The relational disappointments, get ready for connections that not only add but multiply the joy in your life. The spiritual wilderness, you're about to encounter the presence of God in ways that leave you speechless. And here is something vital. You must make room for the breakthrough, cleanse your environment, both physically and spiritually, of the clutter that echoes the old season. Declutter your mind of negative self-talk, purge your space of the ghosts of past failures, and open your heart to new possibilities. The universe, or if you will, the divine, abhors a vacuum and will fill every empty space you clear with blessings. But you must be ready. Ready means you're willing to let go of what no longer serves, to forgive what hurt you, to release blame and anger. Only then can you hold in your hands the magnitude of the miracle that's rushing in your direction. Chosen one, sometimes the greatest barrier to our breakthrough is not the enemy, but our unwillingness to receive. We hold on to shame, guilt, or the lie that we are undeserving. Hear me now. You are worthy, you are loved beyond measure, you are seen, and the blessings with your name on them are not distributed by human preference, they are channeled by a higher power who knows your heart's deepest substance, so don't sabotage your blessing by doubting it. Don't diminish your worth just because the world tried to. Recall that diamond analogy. It's in the darkest depths of the earth that diamonds are formed. And you, dear soul, have been forming beautifully. The cracks and lines of your journey only add to your brilliance. Oh, how I wish you could see yourself from heaven's perspective. Then you would never question the path laid out for you. Every closed door was a divine redirect, every no a cosmic nudge, every heartbreak a refining fire. Now these illusions that tried to break you will watch as you step into blessings that exceed your wildest visions. And it's not just about you. Your breakthrough is a confirmation for all those who have lost hope, who have started to believe that miracles are fairy tales. Through you, they will witness living proof that God still moves, that faith still prevails, that purpose still outlasts pain. So stand tall, hold your head high, let your shoulders relax under the realization that you don't have to carry the weight of the world. You are backed by angelic armies, by the unstoppable word of the Creator who formed galaxies. This is your birthright, your inheritance. Step into it, claim it, speak life into it. The entire atmosphere around you shifts when you own your identity as a chosen one. Suddenly, the chaos that once rattled you seems trivial. The burdens you carried become stepping stones, and the critics who once intimidated you become background noise to a much grander symphony of triumph. Because now, you're tuned into a divine frequency where every note is orchestrated in your favor. Let them wonder how you rose so fast, how you transformed so thoroughly, how you keep shining even when storms rage. You don't owe them an explanation, only an invitation to join this wave of supernatural possibilities. And if they can't handle your light, that's okay. You're not here to dim it. You're here to blaze with a brilliance that guides others forward. Yes, some might distance themselves. Yes, some might accuse you of changing, but that's exactly the point. You are changing, elevating, evolving, stepping into the fullness of your calling. Chosen one, allow the momentum of this moment to propel you. Don't wait for a perfect time. Perfect is an illusion. Move now. Pray boldly now. Envision your future now. Take steps of faith now. Start that business, write that book, record that song, launch that idea. Heaven is breathing over your actions. Divine favor is overshadowing your weaknesses. Doors that remain shut for others will open for you because you carry a supernatural key, the combination of faith, authenticity, and a chosen identity. This unstoppable trifecta unlocks resources you didn't know existed. And I say this, do not measure your progress by small-minded standards. You are set apart. You might feel uneasy when you hear people casually talk about giving up on their dreams, but that restlessness is your spirit telling you, I was made for more. That's not arrogance, it's recognition. You're not boasting in yourself. You're boasting in the power that undergirds you. Keep that posture of humility. It is precisely your humility that allows God's strength to shine in your life so gloriously. Humility is not thinking less of yourself. It is recognizing the infinite greatness working through you and giving credit where it's due. If at any point you feel fear creeping in, if doubts attempt to find a crack, remember, it's not about never feeling fear. It's about not letting fear drive your decisions. Courage stands up precisely because fear is present. The lion-hearted heroes we admire did not lack fear, they conquered it by moving forward despite its whispers. That's where your unstoppable nature emerges. Move anyway. Believe anyway. Praise anyway. Smile anyway. Because you are chosen, and that reality transcends any temporary emotion, any fleeting setback, any chaotic swirl in the environment. You might wonder why your spirit resonates so strongly with these words, as though they were etched into your soul before you even heard them. It's because you were born for this, born to carry a spark that cannot be extinguished by mere circumstances. You have sensed this all along, even if you couldn't articulate it. The tingling in your belly, the quickening of your heartbeat, whenever you imagine a life brimming with purpose, this is no random excitement. It's the call of destiny, urging you to embrace who you truly are. Let's peel back the curtain on those secret moments you keep locked away. The times you felt an undeniable pull at your heart to do something bigger, even though your mind told you it was impossible. The sleepless nights where your dreams roamed free, painting images of a life so majestic you woke up almost breathless with anticipation. And then, inevitably, the voice of doubt would creep in. Perhaps it was your own fear, or the limiting words of people who couldn't see what you see. You're being unrealistic, they said. Focus on what's practical. But you knew, something in you simply knew, that shrinking to fit their small worldview would only cause your spirit to wither. Chosen one, hear me now. You were not designed to blend into the crowd. The moment you try to hide your light is the moment you begin to suffocate your gift. This very gift, your passion, your unique perspective, your relentless spirit, was sculpted to shine in places most people would never dare to venture. No matter how many times you tried to fit in, you felt restless, foreign, out of sync. That's because your soul is coded for extraordinary terrains, the spaces where the timid do not tread, the zones where new possibilities are birthed. In fact, your discontent in the mundane is a divine clue pointing you toward the territory of miracles. Can you allow yourself to receive that territory of miracles? Because it demands courage. It's one thing to daydream about the future, it's another to step out in bold, unwavering faith. Faith that says, even if I can't see the entire path, I trust that the next step will appear as I move. Faith that says, yes, I've failed before, but that does not define what's possible today. Faith that dares to let go of the safety rails and leaps into the unknown, convinced that an invisible net of favor is there to catch you. If you feel that faith stirring even a little bit, let it rise. Fan its flame. Don't hush it just because it intimidates you. Lean in. I can see in you the seeds of greatness, seeds that have waited patiently beneath the soil of past disappointments. Every trial you endured was watering those seeds, though you often couldn't see it. Every time your heart got broken, you learned deeper empathy. Every time you lost something you cherished, you gained perspective. Every time you were betrayed, you found wisdom in your own worth. These experiences were not in vain, chosen one. They fertilized your soil, making it rich and potent for a harvest like no other. The next time you question your worth, remember that even though you carry scars, those scars are the proof that you overcame, that you are a survivor, a thriver, a living vessel of unstoppable force. Now, I invite you to reaffirm your commitment to this journey. Pause for a breath, and if you haven't already, drop that 777 in the comments. And if your spirit cries out for more, share this video with someone else who's on the brink of giving up, because we stand together, not as isolated individuals, but as a rising collective of souls, stepping into the fullness of what's possible. There is a unifying power when chosen ones gather, even virtually. Our combined faith shakes the foundations of stagnation, opens portals of infinite potential, and draws us into deeper levels of transformation that we might never reach alone. I want to speak into any hidden doubt that might still be lurking in the corners of your mind. Yes, I know it well. Doubt creeps up when we look at the gap between our current circumstances and our vision of the future. It whispers, what if it doesn't work out? What if you fall flat on your face? What if your best effort isn't enough? But consider this. What if it does work out? What if you soar higher than you ever imagined? What if your best effort, infused with divine favor, launches you into blessings so great you'll be pinching yourself to see if it's real? Remember, every great endeavor in human history was riddled with uncertainty at the start. Yet the difference between those who soared and those who sank was not an absence of doubt. It was an unrelenting decision to proceed despite doubt. Chosen one, let's talk about the power of alignment. When you align your thoughts, words, and actions with the truth of who you really are, an instrument of love, creativity, transformation, something miraculous happens. Doors that once were bolted shut start to crack open. Resources that seem non-existent begin to materialize. It's as if the entire universe adjusts to accommodate the vibrant frequency you're emanating. The old adage says, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. But it's deeper than that. When the spirit is ready, destiny appears. Everything that once seemed random clicks into place. The coincidence you dismissed last week becomes the answer to a crucial question you asked months ago. The random stranger who crosses your path carries exactly the piece of wisdom or connection you need. This isn't luck, it's divine orchestration. You have asked before, but how do I stay on this path when life throws me curveballs? The key, dear soul, is found in consistent surrender. Not surrender as in giving up, but surrender as in yielding to a higher plan. Each morning when you wake up, align your mind with gratitude. Remind yourself, I am chosen. Today I step into prepared blessings. I trust the process. My gifts are valuable, my voice is necessary, and my presence changes atmospheres. Speak these truths out loud, even if your emotions haven't caught up yet. Words shape reality. Then carry that alignment throughout your day. When obstacles arise, ask, what is this teaching me? How does this challenge refine me? Instead of condemning yourself for setbacks, use them as stepping stones. And do not forget the necessity of rest. Yes, rest. You are a vessel of potent energy, and every vessel must refill to remain powerful. Rest is not laziness, it's sacred rejuvenation. It's in the stillness that divine whispers become audible, that creative insight flows without restraint. Look at nature. Even the most robust trees go through seasons of dormancy, gathering strength before they burst into bloom. In the same way, allow yourself moments to step away from the noise, to reconnect with your spirit, to reaffirm your vision. This cyclical balance of action and stillness is how you sustain a life of unstoppable momentum. Now reflect on those who may question or even mock your newfound zeal. They are uncomfortable because your growth unsettles their stagnation, but do not judge them, for they might be reflecting an unhealed part of you. Instead, choose compassion. Remind yourself that some people are not ready to break free from their own limitations. That's okay. You can still love them from a distance. Let your transformation stand as a silent witness that greater possibilities exist. Someday, your example might be the seed that ignites their own awakening. This journey is not for the faint of heart. You'll have days where your faith feels rock solid, and other days where you're not sure if you're on the right track. On those wavering days, lean on the truth you discovered in moments of clarity. One dip in your feelings does not negate the revelations you've received. Feelings are fleeting. Truth stands eternal. Think of it like climbing a mountain. The path isn't one straight line, it's filled with twists, turns, ridges and valleys. But with every step, you gain higher ground, broader perspective, and deeper conviction. So when you find yourself in a valley, look up. Remember how far you've come. Remember that peaks are in your future, not just in your past. Chosen one, if you've tuned in this far, it's not because you're mildly curious. It's because your spirit is hungry for deeper activation. So let's get activated now. I want you to pause and breathe in deeply. Inhale through your nose, hold it for a brief moment, then exhale through your mouth. As you exhale, picture every limitation melting away. Inhale again, and this time imagine breathing in a radiant light that infuses every cell of your being with courage, clarity, and unstoppable drive. Do it a few times. You'll feel a shift. Maybe subtle, maybe profound. That's you aligning your body, mind, and spirit to the resonance of destiny. If it helps, place a hand over your heart as you breathe, signaling to your inner self that you are present, that you are listening. This is your anchor. This is your sacred temple. This body that houses your spirit is worthy of respect, nourishment, and care. The energy you feed yourself through thoughts, words, and intentions will determine the level of miracles you can sustain. Yes, miracles demand a strong container, and you are that container. So treat yourself accordingly, not out of vanity, but out of respect for the remarkable calling on your life. I urge you not to underestimate the radical power of small acts taken consistently. Maybe it's 5 minutes each morning, reading something that elevates your spirit, or journaling your gratitude list every night, or repeating affirmations like, "I am chosen, I am guided, I am provided for," whenever fear shows up. These are not trivial rituals. They are the daily calibrations that keep you locked onto your North Star. Just as a ship uses constant small corrections to stay on course, you too must adjust your mindset, your habits, your words. Over time, these micro-adjustments compound, leading you into territories that once seemed unreachable. And let us not ignore the realm of relationships. As you grow, certain alliances might naturally fade away because they no longer match your vibrational level. It's painful, yes, but also liberating. Do not cling to relationships that anchor you in old patterns of thought or behavior. Instead, cultivate connections with those who speak life into your dreams, who celebrate your victories without envy. If you don't have such people around you now, do not despair. The more authentic you become, the more you'll attract like-minded souls. In the meantime, be your own encourager. Surround your mind with words of empowerment, videos, podcasts, books, communities that remind you of the greatness within. And that greatness within you is immeasurable, chosen one. Think about the times you overcame the impossible. Reflect on the testimonies you hold, the stories you could share about how, at the last minute, something or someone intervened to shift your trajectory. That was not coincidence. That was a foreshadowing of how your life operates under divine orchestration. Remember those moments in your darkest hours, moments you believed you'd never endure. And yet here you stand, heart still beating, spirit still ablaze with hope. If that doesn't prove the unstoppable nature of your journey, I don't know what does. You have to realize that your life is more than just your own. Each breakthrough you experience, each giant you slay, paves the way for countless others who watch from the sidelines, unsure if they too can find the courage to stand. In stepping boldly forward, you become a living epistle of hope to those who have forgotten how to dream. You offer a template for possibilities, reminding them that no matter how messy or broken their past, they are not disqualified from a glorious future. So, if you struggle to find the motivation to keep going for your own sake, remember that there are souls out there, people you might never meet, who need your example to ignite their own transformation. Chosen one, let me speak to that part of you that sometimes feels unworthy. Perhaps you carry regrets. Perhaps you've done things in your past you're not proud of. But your destiny does not depend on your perfection. It depends on the grace that surpasses all human understanding. The kind of grace that can take the deepest scarlet stain and wash it into gleaming white. Your regrets can become your testimonies. Your scars can become your stories, and your flaws can become the very cracks through which light shines the brightest. Do not allow shame to rob you of your rightful inheritance. Stand tall in the knowledge that who you are becoming is far more relevant than who you once were. Even now, I sense that some of you are battling guilt for wanting more. More abundance, more love, more influence. Listen, wanting more is not greed when your heart's aim is to contribute and uplift. You cannot pour from an empty vessel. If you expand, your capacity to help others expands. If you flourish, you become a wellspring from which others can drink. The lie that it's holy to remain small or impoverished serves only to keep you limited, unable to fully serve your purpose. There is no shame in desiring enough resources to fulfill your calling, and then some. Remember, the difference between a swamp and a flowing river is movement. Resources flow through you to bless others, not stagnate and rot. So break free from the mindset that you must choose between humility and abundance. You can be both humble and richly provided for. Breathe that truth in, let it sink into every fiber of your being. This is your clarion call to step up, to activate the fullness of who you are. No more delaying, no more hiding, no more tiptoeing around your own potential, and if fear tries to raise its voice, remind it that you have soared on wings of faith before, and you will again. Fear has never had the final word in your journey. It shows up, yes, but so does your courage. And your courage always has the choice to rise above the trembling voice of doubt. Now, if these words feel like a wave of fire in your chest, that's a sign you're on the brink of something marvelous. Keep fueling it. Keep letting that internal blaze guide your steps. The tapestry of your life is unraveling into brilliance, and every thread is more stunning than the last. If you ever feel like you're stuck, remember that even a seed must break through its shell in the dark soil before it can sprout into the sunlight. Your current challenges are nothing but that shell cracking open. You are about to bloom. One more time, if you haven't already, comment 777, letting every corner of existence know you are claiming your chosen identity. Dare to proclaim it, to exude it, and to walk in it. Even if your heart is pounding at the boldness of it all, do it anyway. Because this is faith in action. The willingness to speak victory before you see it, to speak life when circumstances still whisper of death, to praise in the hallway while the door is still closed. That is unstoppable. That is you.